This new OIG report was published on June 18th, showing some terrible, absolutely terrible VA healthcare, which I know is a shocker to everyone. But that's not the only thing this report uncovers. And really what comes to mind, and the reason I'm making this, is in the midst of the VA reporting absolutely insane trust scores and veteran approval rates that are through the roof, extremely high, we have this situation here. If you take a look at what the OIG has been doing, in my opinion, they are the only ones doing what they are supposed to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at this OIG report, and I'll make this as quick as I possibly can. If you get value from TheCivDiv, hit like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the things. I definitely want to know your thoughts on the VA's insane reporting of high trust scores. And that's what we try to do here, to get the word out. So I definitely appreciate that. Here's the OIG report. I'll have this linked in the pinned comment. June 18th, brand new. It's out of Wyoming. Okay, I didn't know people lived in Wyoming. That's a joke. But let's go ahead and read it. Now, the second paragraph is absolutely insane, and we're definitely going to get there. Okay, so the OIG conducted healthcare inspection review of VISN, and that stands for Veterans Integrated Service Network. That's VISN. Okay. And facility leaders, in response to allegations that an optometrist was not practicing to the standard of care at the Cheyenne VA Medical Center in Wyoming. So in response, the VA OIG went ahead and did the review, and it looks at VISN and facility leaders substantiated, so true, that the optometrist failed to diagnose patients and delayed testing for 15 out of 16 patients. So if you're ever wondering, is the VA one, it's very hard to get a diagnosis from the VHA, especially for VA disability claims, which absolutely sucks. We get that, but there are treatment codes that you can use for VA rating purposes, right? Which is totally outside of this OIG report. I just wanted to bring that in because I know someone's going to ask that question. Now, the response, however, lacked a plan to review of care of other patients who may have been adversely affected. So if 15 out of 16 patients were affected, you could bet your bottom dollar, your life really, that there are more patients that were affected, and not just a little bit more, but a lot, because 15 out of 16 is a lot. Okay. The OIG identified deficiencies with the facility leaders. Shocker again. Response to the quality of care concerns, state licensing board reporting, and completing proficiency reports. Facility leaders' response to quality of care deficiencies. Wow. Color me shocked, right? All right, but don't worry, everyone. VA trust scores are up. We're fine. Everything's okay. VA trust scores are up. Now, this is the insane piece here that I really want to get down into. The optometrist was suspended in January 23. Okay, so they got caught. They were suspended. This is good. Okay, this is good. But hold your britches, because it's going to go downhill pretty fast. Okay. While facility leaders initiated a focused clinical care review of the optometrist's practice. So he was suspended. Got it. They were suspended. We don't know who it was. Although expert reviewers tasked with examining a selection of patients' cases expressed significant concerns, and facility leaders' analysis concluded the optometrist, so here's the verdict here, did not meet the standard of care, didn't do their job, okay? Facility leaders did not initiate a review to assess the potential harm to other patients. Why not? I don't know. The optometrist was allowed, this is it, here we go. So remember, after they didn't meet the standard of care and they were suspended, and there were significant concerns, right? The optometrist was allowed to return to patient care on a focused professional practice evaluation for cause and showed performance before retiring in July. Tell me that does not sound like someone who's been in the game so long that they did what they needed to do just to serve enough to be able to retire and pop smoke before, for lack of a better word, shit started being thrown their way. I'm not down for this at all. I'm not down. It reminds me of being in the Marine Corps, being a, E5 and below versus officers or staff NCOs who both get in trouble, but the E5 and below feel the full hammer of the Article 15 or the UCMJ, while, a gunny, a E7, gets a DUI and that's swept under the rug. This is a prime example. You want to talk about trust, okay? This is, in my opinion, right here. This is how untrustworthy. How is the VA reporting high trust scores? I don't know if it's just me. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same way or you feel differently. I definitely want to get, if I'm crazy, let me know. Everyone has an opinion when it comes to telling me that I'm wrong all the time. So now I'm asking, if I'm wrong, let me know. But this is absolutely insane to me. The OIG found that facility leaders failed to initiate state licensing board reporting process after the optometrists failed to meet generally accepted standards of clinical practice due to a lack of understanding of reporting requirements. They basically said, well, I didn't know. I don't think that excuse goes very far when you're in charge of veterans' healthcare. I don't think that's a statement that should ever be used for anyone in charge of veteran healthcare. Now, food for thought. We only know this because the OIG reported on it and they got caught. This could be happening right now and no one knows about it, okay? But hey, everyone don't worry. VA trust scores are really high and the approval rates are at 91.8%. Nobody worry. There's nothing to see here, right? There's nothing to see here. The OIG also found the optometrist supervisors failed to complete annual proficiency reports in 21 and 23 due to, it gets even better, due to an oversight and inexperience by supervisors. Now, by no means am I a healthcare expert, not even slightly, but I feel like those who are in charge of veteran healthcare and providers that are doing those healthcare appointments should be experienced. I think that's like a bare minimum, hey, here are the job description, here's the duties, the roles and responsibilities of this position. Can you perform them? Yes, no. That happens like at the interview process, right? It's just absolutely insane. Like if I went to work as a federal employee and told my boss, oh, I'm inexperienced. I didn't know that. I'm telling you right now, that would not fly at all. Okay, I would be corrected on the spot. The optometry supervisors also failed to address deficiencies identified in other completed proficiency reports. The OIG made recommendations, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The VA will pat themselves on the back on LinkedIn, on, whatever it is the VA is posting from about how good they're doing. Mark my words. I'm going to post this from 2 days from now. And within that 2 days, I guarantee you won't see a single VA spokesperson post anything about any negative OIG report, specifically this one, but yet we'll see post about their trust scores and about all the good things they're doing, but nothing about the bad. Seems a lot like selected truths than being a full representation of what the VA is actually doing. So VA OIG, thumbs up. Wyoming VHA,